Something big is happening in Baltimore. If you've been sleeping on the Ravens this offseason, it's time to wake up. Because the Ravens didn't just retool, they reloaded. From free agency fireworks to breakout performances in minicamp and OTAs, this team is shaping up to be a serious Super Bowl threat. And what's coming out of camp right now is turning heads across the league. This isn't recycled offseason hype. This is fresh, real-time intel. And it starts with one player who continues to transform the offense, Derrick Henry. Before we fully get into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out and ensures you don't miss any of my OTA and training camp updates across the league. Alright, Derrick Henry's second year in Baltimore is looking even more dangerous than the first. He arrived last year with high expectations and delivered in flashes, but this offseason, he looks locked in and fully integrated with the Ravens' offensive identity. In team drills, he's looked powerful, sharp, and even more comfortable in passing situations. The Ravens' coaching staff have praised his conditioning and burst, noting how seamlessly he's meeting with the new revamped offensive line. In red zone drills, Henry has been nearly unstoppable, lowering his shoulder, finding creases, and plowing into the end zone with the kind of authority that made him a perennial Pro Bowler. What's even scarier is how Baltimore is using him in tandem with Lamar Jackson. The option looks smoother, the play-action bite is sharper, and Henry's presence continues to force defenses to choose between getting steamrolled or outrun. But that's only part of what makes this offseason feel different for the Ravens. Let's talk about Jaire Alexander. The former Packers Pro Bowl cornerback signed with Baltimore this offseason in a move that caught the league off guard. The Ravens' secondary was already promising, but with Alexander in the mix, it has the potential to be elite. In OTAs, he's looked like a natural fit, communicating pre-snap, locking down top targets, and bringing a physicality that's elevated the intensity of every practice. Alexander brings veteran swagger and playoff experience, and he's already syncing with Marlon Humphrey and second-year standout Nate Wiggins. The Ravens didn't just sign a cornerback, they added a cornerstone to their defensive identity. Speaking of Nate Wiggins, his development entering year 2 is one of the brightest storylines out of camp. After a promising rookie season, Wiggins has come back stronger, more confident, and more in tune with the pace of the NFL. He's added noticeable muscle to his frame without sacrificing speed, and he's consistently holding his own against guys like DeAndre Hopkins and Zay Flowers in one-on-ones. Coaches have praised his technique, maturity, and the way he's reading routes before they develop. Wiggins isn't just competing for playing time anymore, he's locking in as a starter and looking like a future star. The Ravens draft class as a whole is looking like one of the best in recent memory. Emery Jones Jr., the third-round offensive tackle out of LSU, has been another standout. He's taken snaps at right tackle and has already begun to push for first-team reps. Coaches have been impressed with his footwork, strength, and ability to pick up blitzes in team drills. With Ronnie Stanley's health always in question, Jones Jr. could end up being one of the most important rookies on the roster. Then there's linebacker Chris Braswell, the Alabama product who has flashed as a situational pass rusher. In OTA scrimmage sessions, he's found ways to consistently apply pressure, using his bend and explosiveness to disrupt plays before they could even develop. One of the most talked about additions from the draft is safety Malaki Starks, who already looks like an absolute steal. Projected by many to go in the top 15, the Ravens landed him late in the first round, and he's already showing them why that was a massive win. Starks has been rotating with the first-team defense and holding his own against top offensive talent. His range and coverage is elite, and he's made multiple plays on the ball in both individual and team drills. He's also bringing the type of versatility the Ravens love, capable of playing deep, in the slot, or closer to the line of scrimmage. His instincts are off the charts, and his ability to read and react makes him a dangerous weapon on every snap. Baltimore sees him as a future anchor of their secondary, and based on early returns, he might arrive faster than anyone expected. Another underrated name making serious waves is Mike Green, a second-round edge rusher out of Marshall. Green was seen as a high upside prospect coming into the draft, but so far, he's been nothing short of explosive. In pass rushing drills, he's consistently beating veteran linemen with his first step and flexibility around the edge. What's really impressed the staff is his ability to convert speed to power and finish reps. He's also drawn praise for his motor. He never stops working, whether in walkthroughs or full-speed scrimmages. Green could easily end up in the Ravens' third down pass rush packages early in the season, and there's talk that he might push for even more playing time if he keeps this up. For a second-round pick, the value Baltimore is getting from Green looks like daylight robbery. On the offensive side of the ball, the chemistry between Lamar Jackson and new veteran wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins is building fast. In nearly every team drill, the two have connected on tight window throws, back shoulder fades, and quickouts. Hopkins' ability to win at the catch point is as advertised, and Jackson's ball placement has been exceptional. Add in the speed and versatility of Zay Flowers and the return to health of Rashad Bateman, and the Ravens suddenly have a receiver group that can attack every level of the field. At running back, Keaton Mitchell has looked electric. Returning from injury, he's shown the same explosion and agility that made him a fan favorite last year. He's running confidently, cutting without hesitation, and catching passes out of the backfield. The staff has kept his reps measured to avoid overexertion, but when he's on the field, the juice is undeniable. In one standout moment during red zone drills, Mitchell took a pitch to the right, dodged two defenders, and juked a linebacker out of his cleats before diving into the end zone. If he stays healthy, Mitchell could be a legitimate RB1 threat, and when paired with Derrick Henry, the Ravens still have the luxury of thunder and lightning in the backfield. Meanwhile, the kicker situation has taken a surprising twist. With Justin Tucker serving a 10-game suspension stemming from a league policy violation, the Ravens are hosting an open competition between rookie Tyler Loop and second-year kicker John Hoyland. Both have shown promise, but Loop seems to have the early edge, hitting multiple 50-plus yarders with consistency in windy conditions during outdoor practice. It's a storyline few saw coming, but it could have major implications early in the season. The tight end group remains one of the most solid in the league, anchored by Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. Likely, in particular, has taken a leap in route running, finding soft spots in zone coverage and serving as a reliable outlet for Jackson. He's bulked up without sacrificing speed, and his presence in two tight end sets gives the Ravens incredible flexibility in their offensive scheme. With Greg Roman gone and Todd Monken entering year 2 as offensive coordinator, the playbook is expanding, and the pace of practices reflect that. There's an urgency and aggression that wasn't there last spring. On defense, Kyle Hamilton continues to look like a rising star. Whether it's in the box, covering tight ends, or playing deep safety, he's making impact plays every day. His communication pre-snap has improved dramatically, and he's clearly embracing a leadership role. Newcomer safety Sanoussi Kane has also made waves. A late-round pick, Kane has shown impressive instincts and ball skills. In a recent practice, he picked off a deflected pass and returned it for what would have been a touchdown, drawing loud cheers from the sideline. He's pushing for a roster spot and could become a special teams demon if his progress continues. With all of these developments, one thing is clear. This isn't just another Ravens offseason. It's a recalibration. The blend of seasoned veterans, dynamic rookies, and returning stars like Derrick Henry has created a training camp environment that's as competitive as it is cohesive. So what does this all mean for the season ahead? It means the Ravens are coming. Hard. Pause. They've got a top-tier quarterback in Lamar Jackson, a rejuvenated receiving core, an offensive line with young talent pushing the vets, and a defense that has the pieces to be the league's best. It means the AFC better take notice. Because if what we're seeing now in camp carries into preseason and beyond, Baltimore won't just be a playoff team, they'll be a problem. And before you go, hit that like button if you learned something new. And drop a comment with your favorite storyline coming out of Ravens camp. Was it Henry's continued dominance, Alexander's arrival, or Mitchell's return? And don't forget to subscribe for more up-to-the-minute Ravens content all summer long. This team is building something special, and you're not going to want to miss a second of it.